happy day to you all. I want to thank our new followers and our new listeners. Don't forget we are on YouTube. And if you're going to tag, please tag TJCP. Again, that's hashtag TJCP. All right, let's get right into it. So, have you ever said something to someone that really hurt them? Or has someone said something to you that really hurt you? I think everybody's experienced that at least once in their lifetime. But the big question is will there be any empathy when you tell another person how much they actually hurt you? How much maybe a situation hurt you? Or how much their words or their mannerism that they approached you with hurt you? Does that kind of leave you in a place of void? Stuck awaiting maybe a validation or just I'm sorry I hurt you. Well, I'm going to tell you, don't wait around. More than likely, if it was done consciously, already know that that person knows how much they hurt you. They didn't have the empathy at the time of hurting you, so do you really feel that they would have any empathy for you? So the key question here to ask yourself is, how many times have I gone through this same scenario and just let it happen again? Someone hurt you, you walked away, you were silent about it, you shut down without response, or you got upset or angry, but didn't face the situation. It shouldn't be difficult for anyone to say, what you said or did, that really hurt me. This is where communication walls are created. When we don't speak up. We've now taken on the responsibility for another's words and actions. We don't say, what you said really hurt me. In turn, we feel punished for actually feeling. We take it, we bury it, and at times we actually take full responsibility for it. Or they go to others and say, can you believe what she said? Can you believe that she did that? Your initial mental response is, why would they even say that to me, right? Somebody says something hurtful, and really that's the first thing out of your mind is, why would they even say that to me? Or if they do something hurtful, the first thing you think is the why. Why would they even do that to me? Well, disagreements and arguments can get escalated and get heated and voices raised, emotions blown out of proportion. And yes, for a very long period of time, that was me. By feeling I required explanation and validation of why someone would say or do those things, feeling I had to justify or defend myself, even if it meant screaming over the other person who was amplifying those hurtful words. Healthy relationships are connections. Be them work or home. Words do count. Words do hurt. And words can trigger, especially the manner of the delivery of the words, the manner in which we say them or which they are said. That can actually make those words hurt even worse. Sometimes be it expressed in an accusatory or dismissive manner or delivered in a demanding manner. Once you express that those words or that mannerism or what they did hurt you, a healthy response by the other person or persons would be to acknowledge, once you indicate that they hurt you, and apologize, sincerely apologize. You really don't require to share your personal reasoning on why they hurt you, thus the defending yourself, unless you feel safe to share why this particular incident triggered you, such as in a boyfriend-girlfriend or husband and wife situation, where you share a little bit more personal information. That's one of the best scenarios, along with brother and sister, family member, to turn around and say, hey, you know what? That hurt me because maybe I'm still healing over something that happened 5 years ago. Can you help me with that? Can you work with me on that? And please, let's not go there anymore. That person's reaction is going to be, oh my gosh, I didn't know that hurt you. if they are being sincere. Sometimes they speak to others in that manner, and they seem to feel it's okay to speak to anyone that way. That's okay. It's just who they are, and you either accept it or you don't accept it. So now, how do we get around this dichotomy and come out with a little bit more understanding? Firstly, you need to understand and acknowledge that words and actions can and do hurt. This is when we need to take a step back and accept our triggers. Why do those words or actions actually hurt you? Was it, like I mentioned, a past experience? Was it possibly the way you had been spoken to by another most recently? Or perhaps the work situation of the whole different boss, but the same situation syndrome? Boss is talking to you in the same manner your last boss was talking to you. All right, let's identify the trigger and then look at your previous responses. Look at your previous reactions, because this is where you're going to grow from. Take a look back. Did they actually work for you or work against you? Is there possibly a trigger that has become so buried subconsciously that you're not even aware of? That's why you keep sitting back going, I don't understand why this happens. I don't understand why this happens. The subconscious has a tendency to bury those things that are not ready to be healed. So keep that in mind. All right, this is your lesson. And here's some tips to work through this scenario. You have already heard the words. You've already felt the expression projected at you, right? Now, before you do anything else, before you react, before you speak, do not respond. Take a deep breath. Count to 3. And remember that their anger, that they're expressing, their angst that's in their voice and in their demeanor, it's theirs and theirs alone. Project it back, but not verbally, not physically, but mentally, saying, this is not mine, this is yours. Maybe perhaps, that person who's projecting is frustrated. Maybe even with a situation that has absolutely nothing to do with you, that just the scenario with you heightened their emotions. Make the statement after you take that breath and say, that really hurt me. What you said, how you said it, that really hurt. You do not need to explain why. I want to thank you for joining me today so that we can talk about those hurtful words and how to respond. We're looking at next week, what is being congruent? Behavior versus action. All right, thank you all. I want to once again mention Greater Good Charities, where a click a day can help thousands around the world. Go to greatergood.org. Donations are not required. Thanks again for tuning back in to the Just Colleen Podcast, where don't let life get you down, where happiness is always at the end of the tunnel. We just take a little bit longer to get there. All right. Thanks again. And as always, have a fantabulous day.